Yes, so what I was saying, and you couldn't hear me, was that I just want to talk a little bit about awareness, because we live in our chattering minds, don't we? We spend so much time chattering away, and we get caught up in this all the time. So yes, I'm back on. I hope you can all hear me now. Yes, so behind this chattering mind is mindfulness or awareness. I like the word awareness. Behind this chattering mind, there is no thought, but there is a sense of knowing, really knowing what's happening. And we don't have to really think about it. We just know. One of the examples I often give is that if we're standing on holiday looking at a beautiful sunset or a beautiful view, our mind goes into neutral quite often, doesn't it? And we just become part of what we're looking at. We just become the beautiful sunset in a way. And it's lovely, and there's no thinking, but we know that there's a beautiful sunset. We're quite aware of it. So that's what we're trying to do in this practice. We're trying to train our minds to calm down and to just relax, so that we can appreciate things without having to think about them all the time. And within that awareness that appears when we stop thinking is a lot of kindness and compassion. It's full of kindness and compassion. So if we could all live in awareness, there would be no wars, there would be no falling out. Everything would be beautiful. And it's our chattering minds that cause the trouble. So I've got a poem here that sort of sums that up in a much better way than I am. So I'm just going to read it. It's called Keeping Quiet by Pablo Neruda. And this is really what this practice is about. Now we will all count to 12, and we will all keep still. For once on the face of the earth, let's not speak in any language. Let's stop for 1 second and not move our arms so much. It would be an exotic moment, without rush, without engines. We would all be together in a sudden strangeness. Fishermen in the cold sea would not harm whales, and the man gathering salt would look at his hurt hands. Those who prepare green wars, wars with gas, wars with fire, victories with no survivors, would put on clean clothes and walk about with their brothers in the shade, doing nothing. What I want should not be confused with total inactivity. Life is what it is about. I want no truck with death. If we were not so single-minded about keeping our lives moving, and for once could do nothing, perhaps a huge silence might interrupt this sadness of never understanding ourselves and of threatening ourselves with death. Perhaps the earth can teach us, as when everything seems dead and later proves to be alive. Now I'll count up to 12, and you keep quiet, and I will go. So there's a lot in there, and that's a beautiful poem by Pablo Neruda. Okay, so let's meditate. So if you like to get comfortable, and you might be lying on the bed or on the floor or sitting on a chair or a cushion. But the main thing is to stay comfortable and to just relax. And in this practice, we're putting a little bit of effort into concentrating, but not too much. The main thing is to just relax and just notice this quietness. Notice the mind chattering away and just being there for that, not trying to push it away, not trying to get caught up in it, just being aware of the mind. We can begin by just noticing how we are this morning, just taking stock. We might be feeling quite calm, or we might be excited or anxious, a bit grumpy, in any kind of state. And that's okay. So we don't need to change where we are. We just need to notice it. Notice our mood this morning and the state of our physical being. Any aches that we might have, just having a sense of kindness to them, or any sleepiness. Whatever's going on, just being aware of it with a sense of kindness. And noticing contact with whatever we're sitting on or lying on. Just the sensations of the body touching whatever we're sitting or lying on. It's really coming into contact with that. And just bringing our awareness down to our feet, just noticing the tingling in the soles of the feet, if you can. If you can't, just being open to feeling that. Noticing any sensations in the legs. Can you feel your legs? And the back of the body. If you're lying down, you'll be able to feel the back very clearly. If you're sitting up, it's a little bit more subtle. And the front of the body. The belly, the abdomen, the chest. All moving in time with the breath. Just this gentle rhythm. And the shoulders. The whole of the main body keeping time with the breath. Just noticing the arms and the hands. And finally the forehead and the face. Just allowing the forehead and the face to relax. Letting the jaw drop open. Softening the eyes. Not having to face the world or present ourselves in any way. We can just let go of the need to hold our faces. And bringing our attention down back into the chest area, noticing the breath filling the lungs and then emptying. The in-breath lifting us up, bringing energy into the body, and each out-breath allowing us to relax and let go. So this is the mindfulness of breathing. And in the first stage, as usual, we're just going to follow the whole length of each out-breath, not worrying too much about any in-breath, but really following the whole way as we breathe out. And if we need some extra help to calm the mind, we can count at the end of each out-breath, beginning with 1, and then 2, and so on up to 10, and then beginning again. Counting, following the whole of each out-breath. And we're going to get distracted by our busy minds, so that's nothing to worry about. We just notice that we've been distracted, and with a great deal of kindness and patience, come back to following each out-breath. Just putting enough effort in to focus on each out-breath, but not too much. Just relaxing, not trying too hard. So just taking a moment to relax and adjust our posture if we need to, so we're comfortable. And then when we're ready, we're going to begin counting, if we're counting, just before each in-breath. But the main thing is to follow the whole of the in-breath, right from the beginning to the very end. And not pay so much attention to the out-breath now. Just really concentrating in a relaxed way on each in-breath. Just following the whole length of each in-breath. So if you're counting, you can stop counting now. And in the third stage, we're all going to move into the main part of the body, particularly the upper chest. Just noticing the effect of the breathing on the upper body, at the front, at the sides, and at the back. Just noticing the gentle, rhythmic movement of the body, the ribs moving, the lungs filling, the ribs pushing outwards, the chest and the back and the sides expanding, and then going into reverse as we breathe out. Just following this rhythmic movement. And you can stay with the sensations in the upper body if you wish, or you can broaden your awareness to other parts of the body, noticing the subtle echo of the breath in these parts, in the feet and legs, for instance. Just a very subtle echo of the breath coming and going. In the belly and the abdomen. In the lower back. And in the hands and arms. And the head, subtly echoing the movement of the breath. And then becoming aware of the whole breathing body. So in the final stage, we're going to move this broad awareness and focus it slowly and gently down and down to the small area around the nostrils or the upper lip. Just bringing our concentration, our awareness round to this small area. Homing in on it and noticing the very subtle, delicate sensations of the breath passing the nostrils or the upper lip as it comes into the body and out of the body. Just really becoming one-pointed, concentrating on this small area. Just noticing the delicate sensations around the nostrils or the upper lip. And for the last minute or so, just dropping all effort and just sitting with your experience, just noticing the whole of your experience without judgment, if you can, without pushing it away or getting caught up in it, if you can. And if you are, noticing that too. Well, you're all still here, so I'm hoping that the reception was okay today, and that you didn't have this terrible feedback. I looked up yesterday and nearly everybody had gone, understandably, because it was horrible. So I hope that was okay, and that it was just a blip yesterday morning. And just to say good morning to people who joined us after I started talking: Julia, Susan, Barbara, Michelle, Rachel, Paul, and Charlotte. Well, you're all very welcome, and I hope that set you up for the day. So that's it for today. Jo will be back tomorrow on Friday doing the loving kindness meditation, so it'd be nice if you joined her. And in the meantime, have a really lovely day. Enjoy your day. Stay safe, and see you again very soon. Good. Sound perfect today. Good. Thank you, Sagrabala. So take care. Lots of love to you all. Goodbye.